Hey everybody, welcome to my weekly Facebook Live. My name is Verna Mullen from Stampin' Notes, and welcome to my studio. I'm coming to you today, September 18th, from my studio in Western New York, and I give a free card class or paper crafting class every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on my Facebook or my YouTube channel. You can join me either place. And if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit that little bell and you'll be reminded when my classes are coming up. And I'm so happy to have you here today. Say hi, tell me where you're from. It's always fun to know where people are from. And if you should comment and share, you'll be put into a drawing for some gems. And last week's winner was Kathy Kelly from Florida. Kathy, thank you so much for participating. And tonight I have a really, hi Renee, nice to have you here. Tonight I have a really cool class with some beautiful cards from the iconic Imagery bundle. This bundle is an online exclusive product, and so you won't find it in the catalog, and it has really cool seasonal designer series paper with it. Hey, don't forget, maybe you don't know that tomorrow is free shipping. Free shipping on orders of $75 or more. So that would be before you pay tax and shipping. Your product total has to be $75 all day tomorrow, September 18th. And if you shop with me and you use the host code, you can get the free kits for two of each of the 3 cards I'm making tonight. And you have to use the host code, and your order has to be $35 or more. Of course, if you order tomorrow, you're going to want to order $75, so you get that free shipping. And if your order is $50 or more, you get a free pack of gems from me if you order with me tomorrow. And then if your order is $75, you get the free shipping. So that is a great offer. Also, today is the last day to get the cards from last week's, get the free kits for the cards from last week. And I'm going to go down to my project view so I can show them to you. And we'll take this off here. Okay, so we have the free shipping tomorrow. Last week I showed you how to make these double pop-up cards. And I used the More Than Autumn bundle. So More Than Autumn means there's autumn and Christmas. These aren't as hard to make as you think. And you can go back and watch my video from last week. But if you want the kits from one of each of these, and these are a gift card holder, your order needs to go in by midnight tonight, and then I'll know that you would like one of each of the kits for one of each of these 3 cards. And your order needs to be $35 or more. If it's $50 or more, I'll include a pack of gems. So that's this class. Coming up, I'm offering a Christmas card club. It's only going to be for 3 months, for October, November, and December. And I'll be sending out my email newsletter later today. So if you're not signed up, you want to get signed up for that, so you'll know about it. And for October's, it features the Sentimental Wishes bundle. These are more traditional Christmas cards. I know that for December, it's going to be the Winterly Trees, because you can either use them for Christmas or thank you by that time of year. Hey, everybody. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Tanya, and Kathy, and Sheila. Nice to have everybody here. Okay, and so Kathy, you're the winner from last week, Kathy Kelly, and I'll be sending out a package of gems for you. I have your mailing address. So for tonight, this is the bundle that I'm going to be using. I have not played with this that much, and I really enjoyed making these cards with this. So this is called Iconic Imagery. You won't find it in the catalog. It's an online exclusive product. And these are the dies. Whoops. Upside down. Okay, so the dies has this lovely label here and some smaller labels, and then little dies for, here's heart, I believe that's cherries, a leaf, candle, stars, leaves, and that might be the top of the candle there. All right, and so I love this big celebrate font here and grateful. So you can put celebrate the season. You've got these other words: light, peace, joy, love, for, let's in you, grateful for you. We're gonna do a grateful card tonight. You've got the candles, the stars, or snowflake and stars, hearts, berries, probably holly berries, little trees, and foliage. So there's a lot to this set. Hi, Susan. So let me show you a look at this DSP really fast. Lots of different colors in this and different seasons. So we have a mossy meadow with a Cajun craze with leaves. There's hearts. There's wine or champagne glasses on the back of that. Then we have more seasonal winter with the evergreens, candy canes, a plaid. And on the back of the plaid, there are, I guess it's holly berries. I'm not sure, but some kind of berry. And there's a striped pattern there. There's pecan pie or pecan, however you say that, wherever you're from. Trees and stripes on the back of that. We have this moody mauve with these little speckles. Misty moonlight with a bird. And misty moonlight with snowflake. And then we have candles, fireworks. And I love the little pumpkins. We're going to use this tonight. And the acorns. I have 3 cards to share with you. 2 of them are fun folds. So, and I have the pre-project sheet will be up on my blog. If not tonight, it will be tomorrow morning. So I'll get that up there for you. So I'm just going to clear this out and make some room. I'm dumping dies all over the place. Okay, this is the first card we're going to do. This is the only one that isn't a fun fold. And I love the layout with the layers in the background there. So we'll get going with this. We're going to start with a piece of Misty Moonlight that's 8.5 by 5.5. And it's scored at 4 1/4. And again, if you order with me this week and your order's $35 or more, you will get everything cut for you to make these cards. You will need the Iconic Imagery stamp set and dies to do these cards. And anything that's not in the set that's a die cut, I will have cut for you. But you'll get all the pieces to do 2 of each of these. All right, so we're going to start with our little layers. And I'm just grabbing them here out of my little basket. And we have our designer series paper is 1 3/8 by 3 5/8. And our white layers are 1.5 by 3 3/4. And we're gonna adhere the DSP onto that. I'm using a glue press gun by My Sweet Petunia. I get a lot of questions about this. Where is it from? So I will say it right now. It's from mysweetpetunia.com. They are the company that made the Misty, which is a tool you use for stamping in place, for perfect stamping. It holds the paper in a certain place, and so you can do repetitive stamping on it. You know, the best deal right now and anytime is the starter kit. So it's only $99 for $125 worth of product. And you get a discount on your future orders. You get the supplies to go into the business if you want to. Or a lot of people, most of the people on my team are hobby demonstrators. I'd love to have you on my team. And it's just such a great, wonderful, creative hobby, and it can be a wonderful creative business. So if you're interested in that, let me know. All right, so we're going to bring this over, and what I'm going to do is line up my two outside ones first, like this, and then I'm going to, so I have an idea of how far in I want to go with that from each side. And I'm going to be using dimensionals on my sentiment. So I'm not going to use, you could put these on with dimensionals if you wanted to. So I've got that one there. I'm going to do the next outside one. Okay, and if you haven't signed up for my email newsletter, I will put a link in the comments and also in the description on YouTube if you're interested. I do have weekly free project sheets, sometimes tutorials, and then you'll know all the great good stuff that's going on, like free shipping tomorrow. And I will also be sending the link to my blog post in that for the measurements for these cards. All right, this one is a little crooked down here. I'm going to move that over a little bit. Does anybody that's watching have this bundle or the designer series paper? It was out of stock and it just came back in. And I think like you can die cut. Oh my gosh, that is so crooked. You can die cut some of the little images like the trees with little die, tree dye. All right, we're going to call that good. All right, so we have this word celebrate, and I'm going to show you how to do this. I have a piece of scrap boho blue cardstock, and I'm grabbing my Misty Moonlight pad and my celebrate stamp. This is a photopolymer stamp set, and so technically they will stamp better on a cushion. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Pierce mat. Yeah, I used to when I first started, I got a new set of photopolymer and I was like, it wouldn't stamp. Part of the stamp wouldn't stamp. And then I learned that they really need a cushion or a mat behind them to really stamp well. Now, I'm going to turn this way. I'm going to stamp that like that on there. We're going to need that. I'm going to bring in a pencil. The easiest way. Now, I know we don't all love fussy cutting. I don't mind it. Some people really can't stand it. But I'm going to show you the easiest way to fussy cut is to draw around where you want to fussy cut before you do. So just take a pencil and lightly draw around your word. I find it kind of relaxing. Some people just find it super stressful to fussy cut. I mean, I don't like to do it all the time, but I don't mind doing it. All right, and we're going to go around just like this. Do I have any lefties watching? We're going to go down here. And I'm going to try and go down here. I did not go down there on my last one that I cut, but let's give it a try. And then when you're cutting, you want to try to move your paper and not your scissors. All right, so if you don't want to do that, you don't want a fussy cut, you can just stamp it on there, and you could do, you could just do a little bit of, take your boho blue marker and draw behind it like that. And what did I do with my, oh, there they are, my scissors. Okay, so, and I'm just trying to turn my cardstock and not my scissors as little as possible. Let's see what else is going on here today. My husband finally got the barnyard. We had a really severe flood when Debbie came up through, destroyed our barnyard. So he just finished putting in over 90 fence posts to fix that. My sister was here today with my nieces, and that was fun, and my niece's little ones. So we took them down to see the sheep, and we have a few goats. We have a mama pig that's due anytime with some babies. And I'm going to cut this off. Okay, this is the longest. This is the thing that will take the longest about making this card, probably. Yeah, so the kids wanted, they're little kids, toddlers, and they wanted to see the farm animals. So that was fun. And then we have a beautiful creek. And we took them down there. It's a nice, big area, and they threw rocks in the creek, and I was trying to show them how to skim rocks. I did not do a very good job at it. Okay, we're coming around here, and we're almost done. All right, and I'm going to do the inside of that C. I'm trying to turn just my cardstock with my right hand and not my scissors. Oops, I got a little close there to the end of the C, but all right. So there's our celebrate. Hey, Cindy, nice to see you on there. Awesome. Okay, so this is that large tag die from the set. Isn't that pretty? I really like that. And I'm just gonna take my glue gun and add some adhesive. Got a little bit too much on the end there. That's gonna gush a little probably. All right, so we have our word celebrate. Now I'm going to take some of our ribbon. This is the faux Grosgrain ribbon. I'm going to take about 8 inches. I want 2 lengths to go behind this. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this card base back, and And I'm going to take, this is close to my heart tape runner. I really like it a lot. And I'm just going to run it right in the center here to help hold that down. And I want it to come out, let's see, to about right here. All right, so I'm going to lay that. I folded it in half. I'm going to lay that down like that. Like that. And I'm going to put a little tape under here just to hold that in place. It's going to have the tag over it, so we don't need to worry about it coming off. Hi, Carol. Thanks for sharing, Carol. I probably don't need this many dimensionals, but I'm going to use that many. What else? I made chili sauce with my husband's grandmother's recipe from, oh, I would say the 50s. That has, I had grown tomatoes this year. I didn't have a big garden, but we did have tomatoes. And see how that goes right over there, and we're going to shorten this. The recipe calls for tomatoes and brown sugar, peppers and onions, chili powder, of course, salt, vinegar. All right, so there's our basic Celebrate. Now we are going to stamp some snowflakes and stars right here. We got that tiny little star and the snowflake. So we want 3 of the stars. Oh, and I should have left my Stampin' Pearson mat in here. And we want 2 of the snowflakes. Just like that. I think these snowflakes are so pretty. And I've already cut them out. First, before I put them on, I'm going to use Wink of Stella. Well, I thought I brought it over here and I'm not seeing it. Okay, so on this one, I put Wink of Stella on here. Hi, Ruth. Nice to have you here. I don't see it and I don't want to take the time to go look for it. I've already cut out my snowflakes and little stars, and I'm going to go ahead and add them just to save time because we've got 2 more cards to do. And I'm going to add them, put a dimensional on the back. I think I want it over a little more. And we'll add this one. Let's put this one up here. Then our little stars we're going to add with mini dimensionals. I'll get my Take Your Pick tool. And we'll add one to the back there. Let's put one right up here. And grab another one. Another dimension, mini dimensional. Let's put this one right here. And our last one here. Let's add him, oh, maybe right there like that. I need a dimensional under there. to hold that better, I think. Okay, so for the inside, this is what I did for the inside on this. So it says celebrate the season and stamped 2 snowflakes on the inside there. So this is card number 1. And we need to add our rhinestones. We'll add a few rhinestones to this. Let's add one here and one up here. And then maybe we'll put 3 up here around that little star. Okay, and I might as well do the inside while we're right here. And this says the season. Let's see if I can get this centered. Oh, not too bad. Celebrate the season, and we need a few snowflakes on this. One there. I really love this snowflake. One right there. Thanks, Cindy. Hi, Kathy. Good morning to you. You're ahead of us in Australia. Nice to have you here. All right. So this is going to go right like that. All right. So celebrate the season. That is card number 1. Card number 2 is a fun fold. I will show you what that looks like before we do it. So I'm not sure what the name of this card is, but it folds into an envelope like this to mail it. It says celebrate, and you turn it over, and I've got celebrate the season on the back there. So we'll go back here. Let's get I'll tell you the measurements. And again, there is a free project sheet. It will be posted on my blog. All right, get my goodies up here. So we're going to start with a piece of cardstock that's 4 1/4 by 9 1/2. This is Mossy Meadow. And we're going to do some scoring on this. Just moving things around a little bit. Okay. I want to make sure this is 9 1/2. Put that over there. Hey, Chris. Hi, Margaret. Oh, by the way, I want to show a card that Chris sent me this week. I had it over here because I wanted to show it to you. Isn't it beautiful? I just think that is so gorgeous, Chris. And did you use watercolor pencils, or you'll have to tell me what you did on that. And it has this glossy finish on it. Thank you so much for sending such a beautiful card. Really love that. So Chris Wolcott made that, and I got it recently. All right, so this should be 9 1/2. It is by 4 1/4. And we're going to do scoring on this piece. So we're going to score this at 5 1/2. Let me bring this down a little so you can see it. 5 1/2. And your scoring blade is this lighter colored one here. We're going to score it at 6 1/2, 8, move it down just a tad, and 9. Okay, so we have those four score lines there. And then we have another piece that we're also going to do some scoring on, and I'm going to do that right now while I've got the trimmer here. This piece is 3 1/4 by 5 1/2. We're going to score it at 1/2 inch, and actually I'm going to use this side over here because it holds it better. 1/2 inch, and then at 1 1/2. So slide it all the way to the end here. This is 1 1/2. 1/2 inch and 1 1/2. All right, so we're done with our scoring for this card. All right, so let's go back to our big piece. Let's do all of our folds like this. And I'm just going to give them a good burnish with a bone folder to break down those fibers. Okay, so this large section in the middle here, we're going to put designer series paper on. And you need a piece that is 4 by 1 1/4. Okay, so this is going to lay right in here like that. And this card will fit in an envelope, a medium, Stampin' Up's medium envelope. Right like that, okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make this little box, this little tab here. What we're going to do is we're going to fold it over like this and just put glue on this little tab, and it will be, that's the easiest way to do it. So the little end tab, you're going to put your adhesive on. Has anybody made this design before? All right, we've got our adhesive on there. We're folding it right here, right after the designer series paper section. And we're just gonna, I'm gonna burnish it and hold that down a minute. Hi, Cindy, thanks for sharing. Okay, so that is going to make this little square like that. All right. Oh, you know what, you guys? I forgot to put the designer series paper down. You're supposed to put a piece of designer series paper down first. Let's see if I can get that in there. So this is another piece of the iconic Expressions designer series paper, I think is the name of it. All right. Well, I'm ripping some of it underneath there. Okay. It's going to work. We'll make it work here. All right. So make sure you put your designer series paper in first before you do that. Now, I could have just cut a smaller piece in and put it on this section right here, but we'll be okay doing it this way. All right, so we've got our designer series paper in there. Okay, so now I'm going to come back and add my adhesive to this again. Get some of these ends off here. Okay, so just to that little tab, we're adding this adhesive. Liquid glue, or you can use your Seal Plus, whatever you like to use. And we're going to fold this all the way over. Yes, Carol. Okay. All right, so I'm going to set this on here a minute. I'm going to grab a wipe for my fingers that are loaded with glue. Okay. All right, so we've got this now. That's the right way it should be. Now the second piece here, and here's our card again, the one that's done. We've got our pillar or our panel on the side, and then this one is adhered similar to this, except this is a smaller piece, okay? So I've got these little score lines. I'm just going to burnish them down. And the same thing, we want this to fit into our envelope. So we don't want it any wider than this, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to fold it at this second fold here. Your adhesive is only going to go on this tab here, all right? So we're going to go we're going to go like this. So it's going to pull up like that. All right, so our adhesive is only going to go here on this tab here on this end. And then I'm only going to put this down first. I'm going to line up this edge with where my designer series paper is. The end of my designer series paper right here. All right. And then we'll burnish this a little more. And then this is going to go right here. So I'm just going to fold this, lift this up a little bit and put my adhesive on. Like that. I'm going to lay that down. We'll give it a little back rub. This is Mossy Meadow, Chris. Mossy Meadow. The colors in the designer series paper in this set, there's a lot of colors in it. Cajun Craze, Cherry Cobbler, Mossy Meadow, or sorry, Misty Moonlight, Moody Mauve, Mossy Meadow, and Pecan Pie. So there's kind of quite a variety of colors in it. All right, so this is what it does then. So let's put our designer series paper here, and we need a piece of designer series paper, and I'm using the trees again. And you can cut it so the tops of your trees are showing, or however you want to cut it there. But this is 3 by 3 3/4. So the 3/4 is the longer length, going horizontally across the front of the card. And if you want to, you can put it on before you add it to the card base, whichever way you're more comfortable doing it. All right, so there's our designer series paper on the top there. Now I'm going to bring in, I thought this ribbon was still current, but I couldn't find it. It's the vanilla and gold ribbon. Couldn't find it in the online catalog, but I'm going to go ahead and use it. I'm just going to make a loop, and I'm going to take my tape runner, and this is a close to my heart one. I'm just going to add some glue to the center there to anchor this down. And so I want my loops about that long, probably, maybe not that quite that long. There's one loop, and I'm just going to add that there, and I'm going to loop back up. I want this going this way more, like that. Oh, I was looking for my sharp scissors and I do not see them. These are not very sharp for cutting ribbon. And I chopped that pretty good. All right. Oh, here they are. Let me fix this. Okay. So this is going to go back up like this. I'm just going to add a little more adhesive right there because we're going to cover that with our tag. It is Mossy Meadow. Yep. Okay, so our tag is that beautiful big tag, and we're going to stamp Celebrate. And this time we are stamping it in Mossy Meadow. Bring that there. Bring my piercing mat back in and grab Celebrate. And we'll stamp that on there. We'll center that. Oh, it didn't come out good on the top there. Okay, I'm just going to turn this over. We'll use this side of it. There we go. And this is going to go, we're going to use dimensionals and put across the top and bottom. So our ribbon is kind of in the middle. It's not sticking to the ribbon. It's not good when I get my dimensional sticking to ribbon because then it doesn't hold good. However, the next fun fold is my favorite, but this one I like too. It's different. Right, and okay, so our Celebrate, we're going to center right on there like that. And bring that down a little bit. And I'm going to add, I die cut two trees from the gold foil using the little tree die in the set. And we'll add a dimensional to the back of this. I'm going to add it to the bottom because I want the top part to sit up over the end of the label like that. Okay. And then I'm using, these are the gold textured adhesive back dots. And I'm going to add two of those. Oh, take your pick tool. Here it is. I'm going to add, and these actually come in three sizes. They're small and medium and large here. And I think I'm going to use a medium and a small one. And put them just like that. All right, so we've got Celebrate there, and then this will fold down. Now for the back, for the sentiment, we're going to write Celebrate the Season, or stamp Celebrate the Season. I was looking for my sentiment piece. So what did I do with it? Here we go again. I'm going to have to cut one, I think. Grab a piece of basic white. I have a whole stack of them here. Here we go. So we want to cut this 5 1/4 by 4. 5 1/4 by 4. All right, and we're going to stamp, celebrate the season here. Okay, here's our big celebrate. I'm going to do it to the side, kind of like this. Celebrate. And then the season. Here's the season. I'm going to put kind of like that. And I've got a glob of ink there. Okay, so we have another little pine tree to put on. It's going to look really obvious there that it's covering a mistake. So I'm going to put it on the end here, and then I'll cover that with something else. Maybe, oh no. I have to see. We'll put our little tree there. Let's turn this over and run our glue along the edges. So, and if you place your order with me this week, you'll get everything to make 2 of each of these cards. You will need the iconic, the bundle, iconic imagery bundle, and you will need your own ink. So there's celebrate, and then celebrate the season. And then Verna has to, probably I'll redo this whole thing. So it looks more like this without the smudges on it. Okay. All right, so the next card is another little fun fold card. We'll get this put away. And this is a fall card. So I will show you this card right here and how to make it. This card right here. And it has a little crate on the front with the pumpkins in it. It says grateful, and it opens up like that. So here we go. We're going to start with a piece of early espresso cardstock for our base. And so our base is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And here's our card base. Now, for this card here, I used pecan pie for the first card. So I wanted to try it with early espresso and see which way I like it. So let's see what happens. All right, so now we're going to take our designer series paper, and I want to use this piece again with the pumpkins. I can either go like this and fold it over so this shows, or I can go like this and fold it over so the pumpkins show like that. I think that's the way I want to do it. So we're going to take our designer series paper and we're going to score very lightly on it. And we're going to score across this designer series paper, by the way, is 5 3/4 by 5 1/4. So you want the length going horizontally. That's going to be your longest piece this way. And we're going to score that at 1 3/4 on the long side. Now, there's a pattern here. Okay, so you don't want to score it like this at 1 3/4 because when you turn that over, your pumpkins are going to be upside down. So be aware that if your paper has a pattern, you want to make sure it's going the right way on both sides of it. So we're going to put this at 1 3/4 and use our scoring blade very lightly with designer series paper. You don't want to push very hard because you can rip through the paper. Okay, so there is our piece that we're going to use for our card, and I'm bringing the card base back in. Let's see, and we're going to center that right on there like that. And I'll go ahead and put the adhesive right on here, and then I won't get it on my fingers, hopefully. Okay. A little bit crooked here, so I'm going to move that down just a little bit. Right. All right, now we have a second card, and the second card, the little card is 5 1/4 by 4, and that's this one right here. And this is scored at 2 3/4. Right. I'm going to fold that over. So this card is going to go this way. The opening is going to be on the left. So you want to make sure you have that right when you put it on your card here. And I'm going to go ahead and put the designer series paper on the front of this. So the designer series paper is going to be 3 3/4 by 2 1/2. And I have this. Yeah, 3 3/4 by 2 1/2. And I'll go ahead and put that on. Right like that. I'm going to pull that over just a little bit. There. Okay. And so let's decorate the front of this. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the rustic crate dies, but this is from a set. It's still in the catalog, but it was from last year. And it has a die in it, 2 dies that make a crate. I'm going to show you how to put that together. And I want that on the front to hold some little pumpkins. So here are the 2 pieces, and I've used crumb cake cardstock. So the only one, and this has a nice little wood grain on it. I don't know if you can see the front of that. Okay, so the only one that we're going to do some folding on is this larger piece. Has these little tabs. All right, and we're going to fold them up like this, and they're on 3 sides. And we're just going to burnish them. Fold these ones in like this. Okay, and then we're going to take your adhesive and run your adhesive on each of those tabs. And this is one of the things that will be already die cut for you in the kit if you order with me, if you have a qualifying order to get the free kits this week. So that goes on there like that, and it makes it most adorable little crate. And there is our little crate. Okay. So now let's make our pumpkins. So this is really cool, you guys. If you have the bee punch, this makes, you can punch out the cutest little pumpkin from this. And I have a piece of pumpkin pie cardstock that's 1.5 inches wide. I'm just going to cut that. And this is a bee builder punch. And I'm going to cut one out of this too. And I want those hearts for the wings. We're going to use them for hearts. All right, so I'm going to bring in, first thing I'm going to do is I have a little Cajun Craze ink right here. And I have sponge dauber, Stampin' Up! Selzies. And I'm going to go around this pumpkin and just add a little bit of orange or reddish orange to the edges of it, like that. I'm going to take my Mossy Meadow marker, bring in a piece of scrap paper, and I'm just going to color in that stem. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit like that. The same thing on the orange pumpkin. We'll make some little lines down there. Okay, so we're going to put these in the crate. I'm going to put this one in on this side. I'm just going to add adhesive to the back of it, because it will stick to the back of that crate. I'm putting him all the way down. Then this one I'm going to put in up a little bit higher. Let's see, maybe like that. Same thing, just adhesive on the back of it. Like that. All right, and these are going to sit on, let's get the little card inside the big card before we do that. So, and I want to add the inside piece. This is the same as the front piece. This is basic beige. It's 3 3/4 by 2.5, 3 3/4 by 2.5. Put it in just like that. And then we are going to center this. Only put adhesive on the back here. Whoops, and so what do? I get it on the side. And we are going to lay this in here. We got to stand up and see if that's even. Get that off there. Okay, so I think that looks about right. Now let's add our little crate to the front here. So we're going to add, I'm going to put adhesive all over this back of this crate. And we'll set it, I'm putting it so this part is parallel with the bottom of the card. Okay, now I'm going to take my crumb cake ink pad. I'm just going to add a little bit of ink to the front of that crate so it looks more natural. We'll just add a little bit, few spots So it looks a little darker in spots. All right. Thanks, Kathy. And I'm going to stamp a leaf to use, or I did stamp a leaf. I'm going to go ahead and add that. So this is the, I'll show you which image it is. We're going to add some leaves to the pumpkin. It's this one right here. Really, you should stamp that first and then the leaves over that. And then there's a die. So I'm going to add this to our pumpkin. I'm going to cut off this top part here on an angle. Lay these on here so that'll sit better. Okay, and there's that pumpkin. And for this pumpkin, we're going to add a bow. And I have 2 pieces of the crumb cake twine or linen thread. I guess it's not really technically crumb cake, but and they were way too long because I want a little bow. Oh, well. And I will be showing more cards this week with this set. All right, so there's our little bow. And we need a glue dot. All right, so I'm going to put the glue dot right here. We're going to add that right there like that. There's our pumpkins. Now we're going to stamp our sentiment on, this is basic beige, and I'm going to stamp grateful. This is another pretty font in this set. Oh, let's see. I think I want to use Early Espresso to go with a card base. So, and this does hang over just a tad, but it fits pretty good. This is a stylish shape die, so this is one that would be die cut for you. Come in your kit die cut. And I want this to be hang over the edge a little bit. You could put it like that too, but I like it hanging over just a little. All right, and we're going to add our little hearts on the inside. We could go, maybe I'll go with the Cajun Craze color. I like that. Actually, these are the bee's wings, but we're going to pretend it's a heart. And you can write your little note in there. And we need some gems, of course. These are the faux glass dots I'm going to use, and let's use the green. So I think I'll put 2 down here. Like that. And then I think I'll add 1. Let's see, maybe right here. Okay, so I'm not really sure which I like better. I think I don't know, they're both pretty nice, the pecan pie or the early espresso. Which color do you guys like better? So there's those. And then we had the little blue Celebrate cards right there. And then we had our other box cards. What did oh, here they are. So these are different. I think my favorite card is the fall one, but they're all cute. So, hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll be watching for more this week with this set. And if you're not on my email list, I will put a link in, and you'll want to sign up to get in on everything that's going on and some free tutorials or PDFs. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. Take care and have a great rest of the week. Bye now.